All right, so you've opened up that Linux terminal, and it's just a black screen staring back at you, right? A blinking cursor, and you're thinking, now what? Well, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to flip that script today. That command line, it's not some scary void. Think of it as a brand new world to explore. And this is going to be your map and your compass to navigate it.
Yeah, that blinking cursor, it can be pretty intimidating, can't it? It feels like it's asking you a question, but you have no idea what the answer is. Where do I even start? What am I supposed to type? It's a super common feeling, trust me. But stick with me, and by the end of this, you're going to feel right at home in there.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the absolute basics, like figuring out where we are. Then, we'll learn how to look around, see what's nearby. After that, we'll get moving, jumping between different folders. And finally, we'll get into some more advanced tools for searching the whole system. Think of it as building your Essential Explorer's toolkit, one command at a time.
Okay, let's set the scene. We've just opened up that terminal. This is ground zero, our portal into the Linux environment. It's time to take that very first step.
So what's the first question any explorer asks when they land in a new place? Where in the world am I, right? Before we can go anywhere, we've got to know where we're starting from. So job number one is getting our bearings.
And the first tool for that job is a simple little command, pwd. It stands for Print Working Directory. Seriously, just think of it like that big red "You Are Here" dot on a mall map. It instantly tells you exactly where you are in the file system. No guesswork.
So let's try it out right now. Just type pwd and hit enter. What you'll see is something like /home/Kali. That's your path. All it's saying is, hey, you're in a folder called Kali, which itself is inside a folder called home. That's really the core idea of how the Linux file system is structured. It's just a big hierarchy, kind of like those nested folders on your regular desktop. And just like that, boom, we know our location.
All right, so we've planted our flag. We know where we are. What's next? Well, naturally, we're going to look around a bit. What's actually in this spot with us? Are there any interesting files or folders nearby? Let's find out.
And to do that, we use the ls command. It's just short for list. Typing ls and hitting enter is basically the command line version of spinning around in a circle to see what's there. It'll show you every single visible file and folder right where you're standing. But just seeing the names is kind of basic, right? What if you want more info? What if you want to pull out a pair of binoculars and get a real good look? Well, for that, we just add a little something called a flag to the command. We type ls-l. That little -l stands for long listing format, and trust me, it gives us a whole lot more detail. Okay, I know, this looks like a wall of text at first glance, but don't panic. It's actually pretty simple when you break it down. Let's just focus on the important bits for now. Reading from left to right, you've got permissions, who owns it, how big it is, the last time it was changed, and then, of course, the name of the file or folder. Now, out of all that information, probably the most important thing to look at right now is the very first character on each line. Seriously, just that one character. If you see a dash, that means it's a file. But if you see a D, that means it's a directory, a folder that you can actually go into. That one little letter is your main clue for figuring out where you can go next.
But wait a second. What if I told you there's more here than meets the eye? Some files are actually hidden. They're usually configuration files for the system. To see these secret hidden items, we just use another flag, ls-a. The A here simply stands for all.
But here's the big secret to how it works. In Linux, if you want to hide a file, you just put a dot at the beginning of its name. That's it. It's that simple. And the reason they're hidden is because they're often important config files that you really don't need to be looking at every day. So they're tucked away to keep things tidy and reduce clutter.
Okay, so let's recap. We know where we are, we can see all the folders around us, so what's the next logical step? It's time to actually learn how to travel. Let's get moving from one place to another.
Our mode of transportation for this is the cd command. It's short for change directory. All you do is type cd and then the name of the folder you want to go into. But, and this is super important, Linux is case sensitive. That means downloads with a capital D is a totally different place from downloads with a lowercase d. You gotta get it exactly right. Let's take a quick little trip to see how this works. First, we type pwd just to check where we are. Okay, /home/Kali. Got it. Next, we'll type cd downloads to move into that folder. Now let's check again with pwd. See? Our path changed to /home/Kali/downloads. We've moved.
So how do we go back? For that, there's a handy shortcut. cd ... That's cd, a space, and 2 dots. Hit enter. And if we do one last pwd, yep, we're right back where we started. See how that works? Okay, we've pretty much mastered basic walking around. But what happens when the file you need is, well, not right here? Or what if you want to see a map of the whole area, not just your immediate surroundings? It's time to level up and get some more powerful scouting tools.
First up, we've got the tree command. And it does exactly what it sounds like. It gives you this awesome, top-down, tree-like map of your current directory and everything inside it. All the folders and the folders inside those folders. It's like getting an eagle-eye view of the whole landscape. Oh, and a quick heads up. This one might not be installed on your system out of the box. No big deal. You can usually just grab it with a quick apt install tree.
Now, let's say you're not looking for a map of the area. Instead, you need to find one specific thing, one file that could be hiding anywhere. For that, we need to assemble a search party. And your best friends for this job are 3 commands: find, locate, and which.
So find and locate, they both help you find files, but they work very differently. Find is like the bloodhound of the group. It's a meticulous, real-time search. You can tell it to look for things by name, by size, by date. It's incredibly powerful, but because it's searching live, it can be a bit slower. Locate, on the other hand, is the speed demon. It doesn't search in real time. Instead, it consults a pre-built database of all your files. The result, it's lightning fast for just finding a file by its name.
And last but not least in our search party is which. Now this one's a specialist. It's not for finding your documents or downloads. Which finds the commands themselves. You ever stop and think, where does the ls program actually live on my computer? Well, just type which ls and it'll point you right to it. So let's do a quick final check of our Explorer's Toolkit. We've got pwd to answer the question, where am I? We have ls to see what's around me. We use cd to say, okay, let's go there. Tree gives us that beautiful bird's eye map. And finally, our search party, find and locate, are ready to track down any specific thing we need, no matter where it's hiding. And there you have it. You are no longer lost in that black void. You have the fundamental tools. You've got your map, you've